Live at 10.
To our newsroom, Fargo police are asking for your help finding an 88-year-old man named Alfred Von Bank, last seen by family members around 4 this afternoon.
Alfred is 5'7", approximately 145 pounds, with blue eyes and gray hair. Family members believe he's wearing a blaze orange coat and may be driving a gray 2006 Chevy Impala. Anyone with information about Alfred's whereabouts is encouraged to contact Red River Regional Dispatch. We have all the information and a picture of Alfred on our website, valleynewslive.com. Now to an update on breaking news that we brought you earlier today. A person has been arrested following a bank robbery at Wells Fargo in Bemidji this afternoon.
Earlier today, police said they were looking for a man driving a Chevy Equinox with Minnesota tags, but Bemidji police won't tell us anything about who has been arrested so far. We do expect an update in the morning.
Yeah, stay with Valley News Live as we learn more about this developing story. Meanwhile, also new for you here at 10, we now know a kitchen fire in North Fargo caused about $25,000 worth of damage this afternoon. Still no word on what caused it. Firefighters were called to the home around 4. They say a woman had gone back inside to try to put the fire out. They were able to get her out of the home and knock down the flames, and no one was hurt.
An update on a Valley News Live investigation. NDSU officials say an external evaluation on the culture of their cheer team will be conducted in January. This comes after a months-long Valley News Live investigation into former coach Verano Winkler, who has since resigned. Several athletes came to us alleging physical and emotional abuse from Winkler. The school says the results of their evaluation will be used to hire their new coach.
Well, many of us could wake up to another snowy morning. Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joins us now with the first look at the forecast. Hutch?
Indeed, we woke up with some snow this morning. Here's a quick rundown of a few of the measurements. Many of us between an inch and upwards of 6 inches north of the area near Brainerd. But all in all, we saw a few areas with 3 to 5 inches of snow. Monaga, one of the big winners, if you can call it that. Sabin, 2.1 inches of that powdery snow. Now, round 2 coming tonight, and it's going to be combined with those of us who don't get snow will have to be concerned about some seriously dangerous cold. Here's a look at those flakes flying in Flasher. That's fun to say fast. And they're flying as well in Beach, once again accumulating on road surfaces. We're expecting most of this south of Interstate 94 until we get into Minnesota. So that South Dakota border county area where you see the darker blue shades there is where the 1 to 4 will be. So most of us will get a light dusting of those powdery snowflakes. But check this out. Air temperatures in the 20s below, wind chills to 45 below during the overnight hours. Here's where the flakes are now. As we go through the overnight hours, they're going to continue to work their way eastward. Look at the air temperature already in Langdon. 18 below, 9 below Hallock, 2 below for Thief River Falls, and it is 0 now in Fargo, the 0 degree or the black line there, keeping an idea of where the coldest of the air is. Look at the wind chill in Langdon, 35 below. It's dangerously cold. You need a survival kit. You need extra time to get to work, and make sure you have something in that survival kit to stay warm should you be stranded by the roadside. We'll have details on the track of the snow and what we're looking forward to this weekend here in just a moment.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Hutch.
And it's a good idea to keep that VNL weather app handy. You can get forecasts right at your fingertips. Download and use it for free. All you have to do is search VNL weather in your app store. Today, 2 of former President Donald Trump's businesses were convicted of a 15-year-long tax fraud scheme.
The former president himself was not charged, but the organizations were accused of helping executives dodge taxes on luxurious perks, things like Manhattan apartments and cars. Jury found 2 Trump-owned corporations guilty on all 17 counts, including conspiracy charges and falsifying business records. The company's former finance chief testified in exchange for a lighter 5-month jail sentence and said no one in the Trump family or the company was to blame, just him. Prosecutors disagreed. The Trump organization could be fined up to $1.6 million.
Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said he would prefer to use the state's massive $17.6 billion surplus for tax relief, including a one-time income tax rebate for Minnesotans. The
announcement of this $17.6 billion surplus probably came as a shock to many. When the last legislative session ended, it was estimated at more like $8 billion, and lawmakers couldn't agree on how to use that. Fargo Parks District, meanwhile, has some major projects in the works, including a new sports complex and the Island Park pool.
Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor explains what this means for you as a taxpayer.
We've got a couple of large capital campaigns that are going on right now.
The Fargo Parks District has their focus on two major projects slated for completion over the next couple of years. This is a time lapse of one of those projects, the Fargo Park Sports Complex.
It's going along well and it's progressing well.
The new facility is expected to include several amenities such as basketball courts, an indoor soccer field, and more. It's going to be constructed in 2 phases with a grand opening expected for the summer of 2024. The price tag sits roughly around $127 million. The Park District also has a master plan for the reconstruction of the Island Park pool.
Right now, finishing up our construction documents, so we'll bid that project in the spring of this next year. Construction will start soon after that.
There are many new features coming to the pool, which has been in the community for the last 45 years. This will cost around $17 million.
For the Fargo Park Sports Complex, the current split of that is approximately 75% public funds, 25% private funds.
Exactly how much more each person will have to fork over in higher taxes depends on the value of your home.
How that works is it's $4.50 per mil per $100,000 for your house. So
Brock Leitz, the director of finance for the Parks District, says while taxes will increase, the projects will be worth it.
So it's an investment in your community, an investment in the future and the growth of Fargo.
In Fargo, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
Fargo Parks District is also working on a master plan for revitalizing Yunker Farm and Lindenwood Park.
We're less than 4 months into this new school year, but officials say there have already been dozens of stop arm violations all across the Red River Valley on both sides of the river as impatient or distracted drivers blow by school buses dropping off or picking up kids. In Winemere, bus stop arms were extended by 6 feet in 2020. They say this ended drivers ignoring the signs. However, Morehead Public Schools says it doesn't think these gadgets would benefit the district.
We have not looked at installing them because we honestly haven't seen a need for it.
For now, the company is working on transitioning all 130 bus stop arms to brighter LED illuminated lights.
Are you or your kids sick right now? Because if so, you're not alone.
Yeah, Fargo school officials tell us the number of kids missing school for illness is roughly double what it was this time last year. In fact, flu and RSV cases are up across the nation, so much so that it's becoming hard for some parents to find medication for their kids.
Kara Kopp has her story.
Across the nation, people are finding empty shelves where children's medications are typically sold. Pharmacies in the Northland are no exception.
Yeah, the Tylenol and ibuprofen suspensions and suppositories have all been in and out of stock at our suppliers. We search multiple suppliers every day, and chronically they've been out of stock or back ordered. And
Duluth's Target, CVS, Walgreens, and Super One were carrying little to no infant or children's pain medication. It's the same for LTC Pharmacy in Proctor.
we are, checking every day to try to purchase things that we need to see if our supplier has any stock. And if they do, we definitely try to get some so we have some on the shelf.
LTC pharmacist Philip Homerding said short supply is due to high demand.
It's just kind of a supply chain issue as far as high use with all of the RSV cases and flu cases going around.
Putting pressure on parents like Chase and Maddie after their 7-month-old got sick with RSV, having to rush her to the St. Cloud Hospital.
She's not worse, but she's not better because it's a virus that has to run its course. You felt lucky, if you will, that there was a bed available in St. Cloud.
With this shortage, Homerding says parents should talk to their pharmacist about options.
So maybe need to get the pharmacist's opinion on how to dose, possibly adult formulations if that's the only thing that's available, or just work really hard to, we can maybe even compound some medications.
Well, here locally back in November, we told you how FDA said amoxicillin had been in low supply, including in pharmacies right here in the Red River Valley.
Sanford told us, however, there are many alternatives to amoxicillin that they do have on hand.
All right, today the Morehead Police Department is recognizing this man, Dave Rowe, for his Police Volunteer of the Year. Their Police Volunteer of the Year. The department says Rowe logged 369 hours this year again, as a volunteer. He goes out twice a week on parking enforcement patrol, and he helps at parades and other special events as well. So congratulations to Dave.
And for Love of Dog in Fargo celebrated in a big way today for National Shelter Pet Day. The shelter says because of volunteers, fosters, and advocates, they've been able to find homes for more than 5,000 dogs.
Community is huge. We are 100% volunteer ran. So community is really what helps us continue to do what we do. So of course donations are amazing. That is what we are able to, that is how we're able to, continue to rescue and save these dogs is by donations. Fostering is huge. We cannot say it enough.
If you want to help but you're not able to foster or volunteer time, For Love of Dogs says they're running low on treats.